Detecting talk of the day, Monday, September 25th, 6:48 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. I'm holding the DS2 here. This talk of the day will be about the DS2. I've got one gentleman, Old Dominion, ask a question in one of my YouTubes. And other people may be wondering, okay, about the versions on this machine. Some people, he's asking, is it worth updating to 2.00? Well, I'm running 2.00 because it is the latest version. And I don't believe it does anything. It does everything version 1110 will do and then some, because the go field was improved. Of course, I don't prospect hunt, but could that new go field, on this 2.00 be used in a relic site and get some added benefit? Well, I don't know yet. Okay, the sensitive FT on 2.00 works a lot like well, from what I can see, they're the same, 1.10 and 1.00. So, I guess I'll just say it like this. Knowing what I've seen with version 110 and 200 sensitive full tones, knowing what I've seen, witnessing what I've seen, a lot I've showed in videos. Would I run 0.71 on a DS2 and feel better about it? Or 0.60? No. I would feel much confident using a 2.0 or a 110 or even a 100. Now, metal detecting is about trade-offs, and there's no absolutes, okay? Using this sensitive FT on this version 2.00 or 110 version, you could be opening yourself up to dig some more iron in the wild versus using like the fast program version 2.0 or 1.10. Okay? Or fast in 0.71. But at the same time, I believe you might make some finds with 110 or 2.0 using the sensitive full tones program. Okay, I believe there's some out there to be had. And you got to remember the DS2 users, there's some of these sites have been hunting with 0.60 and 0.71, and some of the videos I'm showing is showing some far different behavior, comparing sensitive full tones to fast and even to the sensitive program and the general program. Okay, now, this is not really in reference to answering anybody's question, but I'm going to tell you this, okay? Oh, sharpshooter, I don't think I'm no fool. Out of all the VLF detectors that's ever been made to date, now I've not run all of them, but I've run most of the good ones, I think, or the better ones. One program off of one detector. What is the most universal? Which machine possesses the one program that I deem the most universal for relics, coins, jewelry, to include high conductors, low conductors? And I'm not saying necessarily that this sensitive FT program, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to say it's the deepest on a high conductive coin running 40 kilohertz max frequency band, although you can change that frequency in that program. But even if we leave it at 40 and just do frequency shift for noise cancel, it is my opinion that the sensitive FT program on versions 100, 110, and 200 is the most universal one program setup to do what I just said. Coins, jewelry, relics, modern trash, to include iron. Okay? Now, the deep high conductor will outdo that program in some situations, okay? The manicore in all-terrain high conductor will outdo that program in some situations. But what I'm saying is, all-encompassing for the most versatile. If you had to pick one detector in one program, and all you could change on it would be your filter and your speed, and your sensitivity, and you had a one-time good shot to go hunt a site, okay, the law of averages tells me that's the program, okay? You can't take no E-track, you can't take no CTX, you can't even take the manicore, okay? Now, you can take multiple programs on some of these other machines and make up the difference, but that's not what I'm talking about. You can't take a Deus 1 X35 call or high-frequency call. You can't take a Legend in one program on it and do what this sensitive FT will do. Now, believe it or not, if this 100 and 110 and 2.00 sensitive FT program would have never materialized, and we were just stuck with version 0.71 on the Deus 2, I would say the same thing about that detector, that version, okay? I would even say the same thing about that one, but that's been superseded in my opinion, okay? So there you go. That's coming from me. People don't have to believe me or whatever, but it's the truth. To see how this machine behaves, even using higher frequency around high conductors and modern trash, and the iron in the high conductors and the iron in the low conductors is it's grand, okay? I'm just telling you. I'm not biased towards any detector. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, okay? And I've used a lot of detectors in the wild too. But now remember, this is not to say that this sensitive FT is the best all the time. Even compared to the Deus 2, even using maybe a general program or a deep high conductor or running a manicore, an all-terrain high conductor, okay? Or even running an E-track for that matter or a CTX. There's some high conductive coins out there where I believe, running 40 kilohertz max on this sensitive FT on this program, they may actually exceed this detector performance-wise. But just on average, as a betting man across the board, okay, that's how I feel about this. Of course, you know, maybe there'll be some more models released in the future, you know, and that'll change. So maybe I help answer Old Dominion's question and other people's questions, and I threw in a little more stuff there to go along. I hope you enjoyed and have a good evening.